Mr. President, thank you so much for granting us this interview on behalf of ARD German television.
You're most welcome, Sir.
Yesterday we were filming at the Umayyad Mosque and we had some interviews with people on the ceasefire, and there was one guy selling shawarma and he said maybe this is a historical day. So my question, Mr. President, is would you agree that this was a historical day, and are we at a special time of Syrian history?
Let's say I hope more than being agreed, because we agreed on the cessation of hostility as we announced last week. But let's say it's a glimmer of hope now for the Syrians, for all of us. But usually when you have ceasefire or cessation of hostility or such agreement, which is bilateral, it's going to be difficult to keep and save. How would it be when you talk about multilaterals? And when I say multilateral, we talk about more than 100 faction of terrorists, and so many other countries supported them. Or let's say if you talk about two camps with contradicting goals regarding that cessation or that agreement. So let's say we hope, and we are going to do our job to make it work, but it's not enough to have the goodwill.
What are you doing, you and the Syrian government, to make it stable, the ceasefire?
Actually, it started less than 48 hours, as you've been here for the last few days. And as I think you know that the terrorists, we know that the terrorists breached that agreement since the very first hour. As a Syrian army, we refrained ourselves from retaliating in order to give the chance for that agreement to survive. That's what we can do. But at the end, everything has a limit. Depends on the other side.
Why did it take so long to get an agreement?
It didn't take so long to get agreement. It took so long for the other countries who provide the terrorists to work for it, mainly the Americans. They started talking about it only a few months ago. For us, from the very beginning, we started this process on a local basis, not comprehensive basis, something we called local reconciliation, where you have this cessation of hostility, where you give the militants amnesty, offer them amnesty, in order to either join the Syrian army or to go back to their normal civil life. So we started this process before for the last 3 years, and it succeeded in many areas. But this one is different, as when you talk about more comprehensive. It's not fully comprehensive, but more comprehensive agreement.